Hello everyone, Onerous here with another episode of my first Megabase. Last episode we upgraded our ammunition and started getting our armor piercing. We built a car and we also put in military science. So we've got a whole heap of our couple of our ammo upgrades researched. I'm getting another projectile damage. So if you go over in the top right and click on bonuses, you can see everything that's up and going. So we've got, as you can see, our damage, shooting speed is up. As this says here, this stacks. So this is a separate to the ammo bonus. Yeah, so we're looking pretty good from that respect. And this episode, we need to harvest these guys over here. And to do that, we'll probably want to set up some train action. Now, we are going to need all these rails. We're also going to need pump jacks, and we can see how many we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need 8 pump jacks. As you can see too on the map here, I spent the off-camera time clearing out our pollution cloud, which is even extended over here a bit more. So got a little bit of reprieve from some of the biter bases that were already chewing up. And we've also seen a lot more of the map. And as you can see, we've got a couple of nice little expansion areas over there. There's some more oil down here. A few more things, but yeah, overall, we're definitely going to need to expand a lot further for our mega base because our local area resources are quite low. We've actually got some uranium over there, which is really nice to find. But all those things will come into play a little bit later. So after doing that, I just forgot how many we had here. That was 4, 8. Alright, so we'll grab half of those and then plop a couple back. Alright, we will need... I'll probably want to get a whole heap more turrets, which we still haven't really automated. Need a whole lot more iron plate for that. I'm just going to run over here to the bus and get a stack of it. Alright, so let's just create those by hand. We are going to need pipes, and I will grab this whole stack of that and probably half a stack of that. We'll need chemical plants in a moment, but not quite now. And we also need refineries, which we don't have any of, so we'll want to craft that. We need stone brick for that. Alright, so we've kind of got everything we need floating around here. We want 10 of these, so we need 100 green circuits as well. Let's grab a few more of those. Excellent. Iron gear wheels. Never have enough of iron gear wheels. We don't really want to be crafting those. 100 of those. That's 50. We can probably handcraft some of those. And it actually uses 100 pipe as well, so we probably should have got this other section of pipe with us. Alright, so let's keep going with the gears. Alright, we got heaps of gears. Alright. So what are we missing? Steel. We need 150 steel. We'll get that from the bus as well. Alright, a whole heap more stone bricks as well. There we go. And we will craft 10 of those. We're also going to need... we didn't do rail signals. We don't need rails. I'm not going to worry about rail signals to begin with, but we do need train stations. We need 2 of those, and we'll also need a locomotive. We'll actually need 2 locomotives, so let's grab 20 of those. I think was it 20 or 10 or 20? Oh, we actually need another 20. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Alright, and that'll give us 2 locomotives. Yes, it will. And then we'll need some fluid wagons, which we might not have actually researched yet. Fluid wagons are not researched. Alright, so we'll definitely want to research that. I might get that going straight away, and then plastics, and we'll come back to that ammo happening later. Let's just see why this isn't researching. Oh, it is. It's just a slow burn, 200 at 30 seconds each. All right. So let's think about how we're actually going to do this. We've got a whole heap of space up here that I think I will use for our oil refining, and it's also nice because our water. Well, we can bring some up. We might bring some up here and put it in the fluid bus and get it over there, which will probably need a few pumps, but we'll work that out as we get it. So let's jump in our car and head on out to the just in case we'll throw some ammo in as well. Oh, we're getting attacked again. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so let's head on over here, and it's a little bit dark, which is quite annoying, but there we have it. Okay, so we've got our pump jacks, and as soon as you select the pump jacks, you can see all the ones that are available. We'll kind of pop them in however we feel at this point, and we'll rotate them to a suitable location after that. Alright, so one thing we will need to do is pipe all this and power it. So what I'm actually going to do, let's get our pipes on our quickfire because we're going to be using a lot of them. We will do something like this, and then see if you can come to there. Perfect. Alright. Now, obviously, the debate on whether to use undergrounds or above grounds is not an easy one. You want to use undergrounds, sort of are a lot more expensive, is the issue, and the advantage obviously being that you can walk through them. So we'll bring it up. Okay, let's just change this and maybe something like that. Alright, let's start connecting some of these up so we know what's happening. You need to be connected up. How are we doing? You guys have heaps of ammo, that's good. Alright, what I want to do is something like that. And then we can connect you up. I'm going to bring that line to there. And you will want to connect to there. Alright. So this should be all of our pumps hooked up. And then we'll run it up there to a station. Now I just need to try and power this in the most economical fashion possible. Which doesn't look like that is going to work. So let's keep on keeping on. And there we go. Alright. And then from there we'll want some big power poles, which we don't have on our shortcut bar. And we actually have none on us. So that's annoying. We'll go back and grab them. But first of all, we'll want to make a train station here. Alright, so with that in mind, something like this I think should be enough. We have our train station here, so we can see how big. We'll want a locomotive, two fluid wagons I think, and then another locomotive, because we're just going to go a single way track just to begin with, get it nice and simple. I'm going to give a bit of space for us to build, so that is where we will set it to, and we better name this something. This will be crude loading. I like to use loading and unloading for my station names, just keeps things simple. Alright, so we're not producing any pollution there, so theoretically that is not a location that will get attacked, so we can be not worried about. But what I want to do first is go back and get some big power poles, transmission poles, and I wouldn't mind actually grabbing some more ammo. So we have a full stack of that. We've got 1,000 in here. I'll grab 500 more of that so we can grab another half a stack, just so we can give these turrets that we're going to put down there a little bit of space. Now, what else do we need? We needed a couple of tanks, and we need some pumps. We'll need 4 pumps at each station, so let's just grab those engines. I'm sure we can use them. We'll need 4, 1, 2, 3, and we're out of steel. Alright, let's grab a bit more steel, grab another pump. Alright, so that should give us 8 pumps. We'll want another couple of tanks, and that should be enough for now to get us up and running. So let's run our power in some kind of feasible manner down there. Alright. Not too worried about exactly how we do it, but I just realised we're leaving the car here, so let's jump back in the car. Very easy to lose track of your vehicles, but the good thing is you can place power poles in the car. So as we can see, we're just cruising along, coming down to our station. Whoop! I just well, that never happened, guys. That never happened, of course. Let's pick you up, get you out of the way, because we might ride a train home, and we're going to need to power up this station. We'll have some loading and unloading stuffs to do. Alright, something like this. We've got the fluid wagons, do we? No, we don't, because we're still researching fluid wagons. Alright, that's okay. We can set up our tanks and our pumps. Alright, so the thing about fluid wagons is they need to be fed by pumps. And you can see where this is connecting to. You can have up to 3 per wagon. And the thing is, if we get our here, we can see this. I like this arrangement because it fits these storage tanks also. And pumping from, I'm actually just going to say we only need 1 fluid wagon, just to keep things easy at this point. Alright, so pumping from a tank is by far the most economical way to get in. Pipes have a limited throughput, whereas tank to a pump to a train is basically, well, it's not unlimited, but it's pretty damn good. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to pop the train down here, we're going to jump in it and fuel it up, and then we are going to lay some track while we go. So I am just going to go up here, and then we will start going somewhere where we can actually go. I didn't want to do that, but that's fine. Alright, so this we just need to keep laying ahead of us until we get to the alignment we want to be, which is a little bit further up, so just past that stone patch. This looks good. Alright, and we don't really want to have to deal with that, so let's go all the way across here like so, and yeah, look at that, right at the top. Alright, pretty happy with that. This is going to be our second station, and we'll pick you up. We're almost completed with fluid wagons, which is good timing. Let's get our second station here, and it's coming in on that side, and this one will be not petroleum, crude unloading. Alright, so here again we get our pumps, and we'll pump out. We're just using 1 wagon, that's right. And we'll want our tanks here. We need to power this up, so let's do that. We'll also, can we hook you up? Yes, we can. Wonderful. We might need some defenses here shortly. Look at that. Look at those guys coming in. How rude. But that is a good sign. At least we know that's where they're coming from, to get in there. But once our fluid wagon is researched, we'll be able to get this going. So we've got our 10 refineries. We'll need some chemical plants. Ah, wonderful. Okay, what do we need to build? We just need some steel and some tanks. Fluid wagon. We can actually build one. Perfect. Because we didn't use all our tanks along the way. Now we'll want our chemical plants. What have we got here? We'll need 10 of those. Alright, let's get rid of this regular ammo while I'm here. I don't need that in my inventory. Do we have what we need? We've got our 2 locomotives, a fluid wagon. Yes, we do. Alright, let's set up our most basic train arrangement we can. And get that bringing our crude over here. So we'll have that, our locomotive, our fluid wagon, and then another locomotive facing the other way to allow us to travel in both directions. We are going to have to fuel these because they will use a lot of coal. Our coal supply is pretty light on. Do we have any miners on us? Yeah, we do. We've got a heap. Might be worth increasing our mining supply over here. What I'm going to do is see what we can fit in. Alright. That's not exactly what I wanted, but that's okay. Alright, what we'll do is something like that, cutting it off there, but then this one here will go fully in this direction, so that no longer does anything. So we'll have all these guys supplying our power, which is very important, and you will need to go up a little bit further. Still connected, perfect. Alright. And we'll need to it's getting a little bit hectic here, a little bit spaghetti-like, but there we go. Alright. So that will increase our supply of coal over in this direction. And then we will set up a automatic fueling of coal, which is not the greatest fuel, but will suffice. We can't do anything else until we get and we'll need one of you. I always find the trains, because they're so tall, quite deceptive on where they actually are in relation to the belts. And we will load you up like so. And looks like you don't have power. There we go. Alright. So now what we want to do is jump in these trains and let's give this a schedule. So we want to go here and unload, and then we want to go down here and load up, and then we put on automatic and we're off. Alright, so provided we've set up our oil base, our crude oil properly, we should head down there and fill up. So let's see what happens when we get down here. Now you see I've got no rail signals here because we've only got one train, it's got one-way track, no problem at all. So there we go, our crude oil has filled up with 25,000 and up we go straight away without me doing anything at all. We head back up and to our unloading, and hopefully this will flow straight into our tank here. And yeah, there we have it. We've got our full amount. Do I have circuit network? I do have circuit network research now. Wonderful. Alright, I'm going to get a few of these. So if we hook these up here, we'll see how much this will show us the signal. So we've got 24k crude oil. Wonderful. Alright, what do we do with our crude oil? Well, we use it to make everything, I guess. Petroleum, light oil, heavy oil, you name it. And the ratio we do for this is 10 oil refineries is sort of the go-to. And now I just realized a grave error that needs to be done. And we will quickly fix that up because it's actually quite dangerous. We haven't got any defences down on our oil refining area. Super dangerous, so let's quickly pop the car down and get down there to do that. As you can see, I just put the defences here, and already we've got a group coming in. Luckily they're going up to the top base, that's alright. So we've got our little defence set up there that they're getting drawn to. But down here, the oil pumps do produce a fair bit of pollution, and it will be extending our pollution range, and we don't want to be leaving this area undefended. So I'll just do a couple here. We're actually running out of walls, so I'm going to get a little bit budget and kind of guess at the direction that they'll be coming in. We've got a wall, again, a little bit risky. We won't go so far away. Here we go. I'm going to leave 50 in there so we don't have to be coming down here very often. And something like that. Let's just go a little bit further up. Alright, in this direction we'll want another one. Oh, we're out of... I'm going to go out on a limb here and just think we might prioritise the ones over here. Yeah, disaster. Alright, there we go. Alright, and how much wall have we got left? Hopefully enough to do that. Alright, a little bit worried. Very poorly defended. Let's jump back in our car. Alright. Probably, I don't really want to be automating turrets. They're just not something we need a whole stack of. So, we'll probably just keep handcrafting those as we go along. There you go, I've got another 9. Whoops. Hey, don't want to do that. Can't repair while we're in our car. If we lose one of these power poles, obviously the whole bottom section dies. And I just realised what we can put down here, and what we definitely should, is a radar. So let's... what has happened here? We are missing a pole there. Alright. Wonderful. Let's get a radar here. At least we've got the 2 defences there. We crafted some more of these, so I might just quickly place these down like so. Wouldn't mind having just another one just in case, protecting this area. And defense it up. Alright, is that actually right next to it? It's not. Perfect. Alright, there we go. Moderately happy with that defences. Maybe off camera I will fix that up. We're not getting taxed from there just yet, but it will happen. Always watch the mini-map for the train when you're crossing the train lines. Now we are going to need a whole heap more pipe, especially undergrounds, to make sure that we set this up correctly. So let me grab that and that. And we have all our chem plants we need. Yeah, I'll just grab another one. We'll see. That should be enough. Alright. So we'll want to produce some solid fuel with our light oil to use it up. Heavy oil will produce lubricant, and then light oil, and then we need to be producing as much petroleum as we can, because we want to do some cracking. Alright. So we're going to power all this up like so. I definitely want to pop... What happened to you? Alright, definitely want to pop some lights here. And then we get the joy of hooking it up. Alright. So one thing to remember when you're doing this is we'll want to do... There's another advanced oil processing later on. And see, at the moment both these have crude inputs. This one next to the heavy oil is actually the water input later on. So what we want to do is only hook up plastics. That is perfect. Alright. I might go back and just redo our defenses a little bit. Get our third level of those. Yep. No, lubricant is actually what we want first. And because we want to get our heavy oil goes to that, we'll actually also want to get sulfur and batteries. Alright. Yes, so as I was saying, the heavy oil, I'm 89% sure that on the heavy oil side is water. If not, we're going to be a little bit annoyed when we come to do our advanced oil processing later. But for now, let's just do this. And here, look at that, perfectly aligned. Okay, so we'll hook all this up with our input. And now the output is very much the same, real pain to do. This is the best way to do it. So, well, I don't know the best way, but the way I always do it, and certainly I haven't found a better way. You've got basically the 3 lanes coming in, and just running through, and popping it in. Really quite annoying to do by hand, but once you get bots, setting up new ones of these is much simpler. Just a nice little manual process. Getting all these in, and then we've got to go back with our actual pipe and hook it all up. And we've also got to hook up power as well. So, like I said, fairly time consuming, and we just keep now going through, go little guys, go. Whoop. And back in before version 17, you used to have to be so incredibly careful with your piping, because if you connected a pipe up to the wrong liquid, the pipe would fill, and then you would be unable to connect it to any other liquid type, which is fair enough. Alright, there we go. We are now producing all these things. So what do we want to do with all these things? Well, first of all, we just check our ratios. So we have 10 of these, so we are producing twice the amount of products a second. So we're producing 60 heavy oil, 60 light oil, and 80 petroleum. Excellent. We just got what we need for lubricant. I'll also want to get a whole stack of tanks just so we can monitor our levels using our circuit network again. I don't want to have any stone brick this time. Alright, let's... I've actually got no iron plate for it. If only there was a place to get iron plate. Right. Alright, let's craft 10 tanks. We won't need that many, but give our crafting queue something to do. Alright, so what we want to do first off, again we've got heaps of space, so don't feel like you need to worry about space at all. And first off, let's use our heavy oil for lubricant. And now lubricant uses 10 heavy oil a second. So as we saw, we were basic oil processing. 10 of these is producing 15 lubricant a second. Each one, 5 would produce 30. So yeah, we're producing 60 heavy oil a second, and this uses only 10 heavy oil a second. So definitely easily support this. Let's hook it up like so, and then I'll support you. Alright, so there's heavy oil in, and while I'm here, let's get our tanks. Alright, we will want petroleum, light oil, heavy oil. There we go. And then I will want to have a pole over here as well that hopefully we can, let's just see where that is. Excellent. Alright, we will hook all these up. There we go. Now we can see our volumes of oil that we've got in the network, which is important because if these fill up, if one of these products fills up and they can't get it out of the oil refinery, the whole process ends. So that's why it's important to balance out your processing and make sure you're actually using everything. Once we get advanced oil processing and cracking, we're actually in a much better position. But for now, we need to be trying to use everything up to the best of our ability. Now, so likewise, here I'm going to, might as well just pop it right there. We want our lubricant. We'll run that in here, and let's get another red wire and hook that up to our network. So by connecting all these together, all on the same red circuit, so we can see how much of everything there is. So we want our we want to be producing some plastics now. I also want to get make sure we have everything we need to research blue science, because we'll want blue science, and once we get blue science we can get advanced oil processing, which is all these good things that allow you to convert everything basically into petroleum. But you know, ditch batteries, we don't actually need, so I'm going to go straight for it. Alright, we might even just handcraft some blue science, but for now we also want to set up some heavy fuel. Alright, I think that should be 3. So not some sorry, not heavy fuel, our solid fuel, which we'll use for our trains, which would be great. Alright, so this one I want to produce solid fuel from light oil, which is the most economical way to do it that we have at our disposal, because as you can see, 10 light oil makes a solid fuel, but it's 20 petroleum and 20 heavy oil. Later on we can actually crack heavy oil to light oil and make petroleum out solid fuel out of that, and believe it or not, that works out slightly more advantageous because of the ratio of cracking heavy oil to light oil. Anyway, so these things need oil, and of course we will supply them with such. Man, that was not intentional, but that's pretty neat. Alright, we'll also need to bring it down to the other row, like so. That was not quite right, was it? That's alright. As you can see, we're already using a bucket load of pipes to get this all going. And I'm just keeping an eye on these biters. Until we have automated defenses, biters are always going to be a problem. Now, I didn't actually look at the ratios on these. I probably should, because we're producing 60 heavy oil a second. So each one of these uses 5 light oil a second. So we could actually support 12 of these. That's a lot, isn't it? Alright, so let's just get this outputting. We'll need that for blue science as well. I believe it's now now requires solid fuel. Yep, excellent. Alright, and we'll also want to pick some up because hey, it's always nice to have a little bit of solid fuel handy to power everything, so we can move away from coal. Alright, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8. We might go grab some more. We need to get rid of some of our heavy oil now, because we're not going to be using lubricant in many quantities for a while. I might just grab this full stack of chem plants. Alright, so next thing we want to be producing, we definitely want to be producing plastic, and that is where all our petroleum is going to go. So we are using I'm just going to allow some more light oils there, and then we'll put our heavy oils over here. So let's forget about lubricant. Our lubricant is just going to very slowly increase. We'll just keep going. But again, it's not going to use all our 60 a second. It's only using 20 a second at the moment. All right. So let's just do some heavy oil to solid fuel as well, just so that we can actually use all this up. All right. Power it all up. Set you to that, and heavy oil. We didn't get a perfect alignment this time, did we? That's not a problem. Alright, we'll just do something like that. And again, we'll bring this over here and down to there. Try and keep the pipes sort of as neat as possible, just so you can actually move around and you build other stuff around here, that isn't what I wanted, which is important. All right, so our solid fuel is now being produced. I'm going to bring that onto the bus because we will need that for blue circuits, and this will also mean that it'll give us some storage of it. All right. Yeah, I should have enough. Should have plenty of belts. And here we have it. Alright, you crazy stone bricks need to do that. Alright, there we go. What is going on here? That was not a pretty sight. Something's getting damaged. Where was that? Over here. So the biters are starting to come in there a little bit more prevalent. We might have to amp up our defenses there. I'm running around and craft a couple more turrets. Maybe we should have automated turrets. I seem to be needing a lot of them, but that's alright. Alright. So with all that done, now the next job is to use up our petroleum to create plastic, and that will finish off the episode. What we will do is get it up and running first. So let's get our chem plants somewhere here, and let's get you making plastic. So plastic needs coal and petroleum. So what we will do is what is going to be more economical? Coal, petroleum. We can underground past this, or okay, yep. Let me just quick think, something like that, and then we have our coal coming in like that. That will work. All right, there's our blue science. Excellent. We don't have any blue science up and running yet, so let's do some of these other researches that we wanted to get. Let's finally get these couple. But first of all, we need to get our coal on board, and we will do that right here. So you, my friend, that we just put in, need to do that. And this is probably going to be one of the biggest uses for coal on the bus. Obviously, grenades for science isn't the most speedy kind of thing. So this produces 2 plastic bars every second, which is nice. We are going to do one on either side, and that will allow us to get a nice balanced row of plastic. Yeah, we'll just split this here. Alright. Something like that to allow us a output. Gotta be quicker on those. Alright. And of course that is totally the totally wrong length. But there's our output. I don't like that that is not symmetrical. Hey, yeah. Alright. Let us do our piping here, there, and then what we did, same thing we did on the other side, just link it up over here, out of the way, and somewhere nice and helpful. Alright. There we go, and it's powered. We just need to get petroleum there. So to do that, what can we do? How about we do that and bring it up here. Alright, find out where our petroleum can come in, and I'm just going to do that. Alright, so there is petroleum running down to plastics, and our plastics need an output, naturally. Not going to do much without that. So we are producing 2, 4, 6, 8 a second. So that is something's not working over here. You silly me. All right. So that's half a belt of plastics, which we will use for now. I really just want to hurry along to blue science, honestly, so we can then get advanced oil processing. I'm going to bring it down alongside the steel here, so it's actually this line here. No real reason, no real requirement for that, just what I want to do. Keep it with the steel. What is going on here? Oh boy, where did you guys come from? How did they sneak through our defenses? I don't know. Let's pick you up, you're doing nothing. And quickly deal with these guys before they ruin our life any further. We've got a couple of those. Right. Now we need to figure out where they came from. What is happening? Are we out of ammo somewhere? Yes, we are. Quickly. Oh my goodness. Jump in. Fill it up. Ammo it up. Let's go. Try to hit power poles on the way. There we go. Okay, that was a very lucky catch. Man, all of a sudden we are getting attacked everywhere, left, right, and center. Looks like our clean out of the biters was not sufficient. Oh no, they ruined our tank as well, which is really bad. Because now we basically lost all the crude oil that was in it, which is really quite a sad story. But we are getting closer to what else was destroyed? A power pole somewhere? Yep, there we go. That needs to be there. And get out of map mode. Another power pole was destroyed right there. Alright. This pipe here was destroyed. That's it. There we go. Man, that was a tough turn of events. Just really got to remember to keep an eye on how our defenses are going. Alright. Back to running this plastic. Let's pick you up. Alright. And once we run this, that will be the end of the episode. It's a little bit longer than I was anticipating. Like I said, keep an eye. Until your defenses are automated, one little slip up can really be quite costly. And we are out of belt. Quickly grab some from over here. And just finish that off. Alright. Also, somewhere along the line, picked up some damage belt. And there we go. Alright, so that's the end of the episode. We got our plastic up and running, which is a great step. And we've got a little bit of other stuff going. As you can see, we're already starting to stock up on light oil. but our petroleum, which is the important one, as long as that one's still got stuff in it, I'm pretty happy. These guys are coming in somewhere that does not look like it's defended. See if we can head them off. Alright, so that's obviously where our attacks are coming from. 15 walls. Yeah, that's that's something, I guess. Alright. Not sure what happened there, but there we go. Alright. So next episode we'll have to get our blue science up and running. Not sure why we've got some military science in our inventory, but we'll ditch that. Alright, so yeah, next episode we will get blue science up and running, which means we need to get red circuits up and running and engines automated. So that'll be a fun time, and we look forward to seeing you there. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you've got any tips, ideas, throw them in the comments below. I would love to hear them. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.